Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Beer Battered Sports Podcast, the podcast created by sports fans for sports fans, because we believe that we are the most qualified to talk about your favorite teams. I'm your co-host Isaac. That's an Eagles fan we're not going to talk to.
Kylie.
And I'm 40,
And
aka the biggest GOAT James fan.
What's up, Mike?
hey, Mike, how you doing? As you guys probably could guess from Calvin's intro, there we got a very interesting episode to talk about. Primarily built around what happened last night with the all-time scoring record in the NBA being broken. We're also going to
Let's
be
talk
talking
about it.
about we're also going to talk about the upcoming Super Bowl and why the Eagles will lose. Kylie, yeah,
We'll see.
we'll see. Yeah, we'll see about that.
We'll see.
Our Kelsey's better.
We'll see. We'll see.
All right, whatever. Let's talk about LeBron James because that's what everybody wants to talk about. Last night, LeBron James officially became the all-time leading scorer in NBA history, surpassing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in a game against the Thunder that kind of sucked. Honestly, the game did.
Yeah, it was awful. You had Russell Westbrook throwing passes to Hawaii and instead of LeBron and missing open layups and just if I if it wasn't LeBron if it wasn't for LeBron going for the record, I wouldn't watch the game ever. I wouldn't even consider it, especially in hindsight. Isaac seemed a little nervous for Sunday. Hey,
Well,
we'll
hey,
talk
Mike.
about it.
Mike, I got a lot on my plate right now. By the way, if no one knows, I actually have been fighting COVID for the past 5 days and have been cooped up in my room. So this is the first meaningful human contact I have had since Saturday. So yeah, if I seem nervous, it's more just that I am so bored. But yeah,
Going crazy.
last night's game honestly was putting me to sleep, but I was only trying to watch for the record. Um,
Yep.
and literally, the second as LeBron steps back to put up the shot, and I'm ready. I'm like, all right, let's get this over with. Let's see him get the record. My stream dies. So of course, I wake up my roommate. Of course, I
Damn.
start cussing my computer out. Finally, I refresh the stream, and he scored. And they're doing this whole presentation, and Kareem's looking salty as fuck. And I'm just sitting here like, I can't believe it. I missed it. Apparently, I'm the only one.
I'm sad you missed it, man. I cried. I cried when it happened. Like
Just busting your balls. Feel better.
I know, Mike. I appreciate it.
the people that don't know me, like I know you guys hear me talking about LeBron a lot, but LeBron is literally my childhood. Like when I first ever started watching basketball, LeBron was the first person I ever watched, and it was because my first jersey was literally a Cavaliers LeBron jersey. But first jersey my grandma had gotten from me for like from like a I forgot one of those things where the people give away stuff and their old things and things like that. I got in a Cavaliers LeBron jersey and a Tim Duncan Spurs. So between the two, I had chosen LeBron for whatever
Of
reason.
course.
But this is before I knew anything about basketball or anything of that nature. So, but as I grew older, LeBron always still stuck with me, and I always argued with LeBron. It didn't matter what it was. My 16th birthday was the greatest birthday. My mom surprised me with Miami Heat versus Celtics when he was playing for the Heat, and I actually got to meet the guy. I dapped him up on the floor and everything. I have the pictures on Facebook.
What?
Yeah, crazy.
You didn't tell me this.
You met LeBron? You touched God?
Yeah, it was the experience of my 16-year birthday at that time.
Dude, that's incredible. That's like, because
This is before the game, like when they were coming out onto the court.
That's incredible, bro.
I was on the court the whole entire time. It was
That's crazy.
Birthday of my life. So,
dude,
the connection that I have with LeBron is very, very like it's almost like I know the guy personally. Like
I get it.
LeBron was my childhood. I like how when Kobe died, people were very upset in this world, as if Kobe was a part of their life that didn't. People didn't even know him. They were very, very, very hardly affected. That's how it would be if LeBron died, because it's almost like he's my family member. Last night meant a lot to me too. When he broke that record, I actually cried. It was like, there's no debate anymore. I know people still debate it, but there's no debate anymore. After what he did last night, he shows you like the longevity, the time, the effort, the passion. Like, this guy's a billionaire. He's still playing basketball. He doesn't have to play basketball. That's how you know it's not about the money for him. The guy actually loves the sport of basketball. So the time, the passion, the everything that he puts into his craft in basketball is just amazing. So to see him be the greatest scorer and the most points scored all time, and he's just going to add on and add on and add on to that, we're not going to see this record broken for another 40 to 50 years. And it's just amazing.
If we even see it happen.
If we even see it happen, to be honest.
I think with the way that a lot of players, not just in basketball, but in all of athletics and all sports, are having slightly shorter careers due to being more conscious about injuries, concussions in some sports. I don't think this record's going to be broken. I think no one else has that longevity to pull it out. And the crazy thing about LeBron is that he still played at an incredible level. He needed 36 points to break that record, and he got it done by the end of the third. That's how quick it was.
20 points in the first half, 16 points in a quarter, which just shows you that this guy can still compete at a championship level at 38 years old.
Something we should bring up though is that and I this got brought up by a lot of journalists or media members who are trying to put it down. It's like, okay, he still hasn't won. Not impressive. They still lost, and he still hasn't won a playoff series with the Lakers. It's like, which, by the way, that's false, because didn't they win a championship?
Right.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to not count the championship, but that's.
I'll count it. I'll admit it's a little Mickey Mousey, but I'll count it.
I mean,
it's not Mickey Mousey, and I hate when people call it.
I know. I'm trying to get Kylie to go off because I know she hates this so much.
So
I know you are.
That's the case. Then he has 2 Mickey Mouse rings because he won one of his rings when they had 62 games in a season.
True.
Ooh,
but here's the thing, and I know, as you're just saying it to piss me off, but that was arguably the hardest championship to win of all time.
Yeah.
No,
you're away from your family, no friends, no fans,
and
no home court advantage. You're in a friggin' bubble for 3 months during a pandemic.
Not only that, a lot of those guys wanted to check out during a point of that time. There was you're like mentally, physically, a lot of those guys had checked out, and then with that whole police brutality thing going on at that time, when the Bucks wanted to shut the whole entire thing down because of the thing that happened in Milwaukee, like the whole entire NBA was going to go home. So then you had to come back from that situation there and still go win a championship. Like, I don't understand how people don't count that championship. The man is the great.
He really is. And something Kylie mentioned, I mean, Kylie, you briefly mentioned that these players had to be away from their families. Let's talk about LeBron's family real quick, because I didn't realize this until I saw this tweet, but somebody showed this image. So LeBron and the Lakers went out to some nightclub to celebrate the achievement, and LeBron's wife Savannah is there giving this whole speech to him. And I was just thinking about this. I was like, this man's been with her since high school.
Yeah.
And somebody tweeted a response. Here it was. Responded saying, Gilbert Arenas said before LeBron was drafted, she used to sit and watch film with him and break down film together. She's always been his ride or die. That's a queen for you. And then that's when I realized that the meme, that's a good man, Savannah, that comes from LeBron and Savannah. Oh my God. That's the kind of love I want.
Yeah, man. Like, breaking down film with the guy, like, that's crazy. Like,
I'll let Calvin have his moment and save the LeBron shit talking for next week.
I don't think we can. I don't think we're legally allowed to shit talk LeBron anymore.
Talk, man, the guy has nothing to prove anymore. He is like, this is the other thing too.
Calvin about to get us kicked off the network.
Jordan this, Jordan that, Jordan this, Jordan that. What Jordan didn't bring to you guys in his documentary was that ABC camp that he held when LeBron was 16 years old. And Ron Artest has already told this story. Don't get it wrong. It'll be in Bron's documentary. Best believe. Jordan didn't want to put in that Jordan didn't want to put in his documentary that ABC camp. Like I said, Ron Artest has already told us the story. LeBron at 16 years old was dropping 40 points on NBA players at that ABC camp, including Jordan. Jordan, the second game, Jordan didn't even want to guard the man. And he was 16. He was a boy then. Not a man. He was a boy. And he was bullying these greats, the greatest of all time. He was bullying him, putting 40 points on him. That man has nothing. And then this is the thing, too. LeBron's still competing at 38 years old at a very high level. Jordan at 38 years old played for the Wizards, and then he retired the year LeBron got drafted. The year LeBron was supposed to get drafted, Jordan retired. He didn't want anything to do with LeBron. Nothing. Not one thing.
I mean, it could also be that Jordan was really getting up there in age, but I see
Isaac, the man met LeBron courtside and dapped him up. Let Calvin have this.
Okay. Hey, I have my LeBron moments too.
They were both 38. He at 38, he's retiring. At 38, LeBron's breaking records.
Fair point. That is a fair point. I will give you that. I'll give you that.
Everybody
Look,
said,
man.
What if Jordan didn't retire? What if he never played baseball? Blah, blah, blah. Nobody told him to go do that. He chose.
Hey, guys. I got to take a call real quick for a family thing. Continue the conversation.
Yes.
I will be right back.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, so with that, I mean, I've seen with your story of freaking gapping up LeBron in his peak era and seeing him play against one of the which year was it? Year 16, so it was 2013?
Something like that.
So that was a championship year.
Yep. They played they were coming to the end of their prime, but they played the prime
Yeah.
KG, Paul Pierce, Ray Allen. So I actually got to see a very great game. The Heat ended up coming out with the win. It was a beautiful game. I got to go to the press conference. Will he make it?
Well, he played till 40, 45. Bro, if he has some Brady kind of length.
Listen, Kareem played till 42, 43 or whatever. I have Bron.
He'll get 40,000 easy.
Yeah, he's playing to at least 43, 40. Because you got to think about it. He's going to play till at least Bronny gets in the league. So that's another 2 years at least.
Yep.
That's 40. And you got to think he plays at least. He's gonna if him and Bronny end up on the same team somehow, some way, he's gonna want to try to win a championship with his son. So I think
he's gonna end up on the same team no matter what. That's why LeBron signed a minor contract with the Lakers so he can be a free agent when Bronny supposedly gets into the league. Which I'm telling you, bro, I cannot wait to see that happen.
Yeah, it was set up, and last night was set up so perfect too. 2 nights ago, I had a parlay, and it was for $81,000 to win off $5.
I'm back.
I would have hit because I would have been at the game last night. No, I would have been at that game last night. But the game last night, it was set up perfectly because his sons never go to the game, ever. And
really?
Barely, because they're always traveling for basketball now.
True.
So they're never really at the game. So last night they were at that game. And I don't think they were making it to the Bucks game. So he asked his sons last night. He said, "Should I break the record?" I'm gonna have to find the clip and send it to you. But he was like, "Should I break it?"
It's at halftime, right?
Yeah, he was like, "Should I break it tonight?" And they were like, "Yeah, might as well. What do you You're 16 points away. Just go for it." And he's like, "All right, I'm about to score it in 1 quarter." He said that. He was like, "All right, I'm about to score it in 1 quarter," and he did it. That is just amazing. Come on now. The guy told you he's going to score it in 1 quarter, and he went and did it. People are trying to tell me this man's not the greatest. Why isn't he the greatest?
It's crazy, bro. I saw Jordan when he was on the Wizards. I went to what was the Verizon Center at the time and had box seats, got to see him play. And I never got to see LeBron in his prime. I saw him play the Lakers his first year, and I saw him this current season. But damn, dude, it's just absolutely incredible what the longevity and I mean, I think with the 3-pointers being more and more prominent, it's going to get close to being broken. But
Yeah, some of
little ticked AD's reaction. Yeah, people were saying that. I saw a clip of Anthony Davis sitting down when it happened, and
all the
he could have just been like taking it all in, being like, "Damn." Although I get it. I know Kareem was looking salty as hell, but to be fair, Kareem's held that record since the '80s or the
All-
'90s.
well, Kareem is always a mellow dude. Like if you watch any Laker documentary, they talk about how Kareem and Magic kind of fought because Magic was just this high energy kid that was, the new era Laker and everything, and then when they would always butt heads, but eventually Kareem was like, "This kid's alright." Because he got pissed when Kareem hit us. Kareem got pissed when he hit a skyhook that won the game, and Magic lost his mind. He got mad at Magic for that. So Kareem is always just this mellow, no real, too high a reaction kind of guy.
Kind of a
That's just
stoic
who he
dude.
is.
He's a stoic dude.
That's how
Kareem,
he is.
Kareem has the attitude as if he is the best player to ever play this game.
And
Like,
he makes a good
He was
case
at
for
one
it.
point. He was at
He
one
was.
point.
I mean, he
You
does
can
make
still
a
make the
great
case he is.
Like, he has the attitude I would expect Michael Jordan to have. Like, Michael Jordan's an asshole. He's cocky as shit. But
He can back it up.
after what I saw last night, Kareem is like a different type of cocky. Like, this guy was really upset LeBron was getting closer and closer to that record. Like, every bucket that LeBron made, they put the camera on Kareem. And he just looked more and more upset. And I'm like, this guy is a real hater. Like, dude.
Honestly,
Nothing-
I feel like Kareem was just coming to the realization that, I kind of get it. You get to that point where you have an incredibly successful career, arguably one of the greatest players ever, an icon, not just on the court, but off of it for what you do to your community and for like the civil rights movement. And I think that he was just coming to the grips was like, hey, one of those things that you're like the top dog in, no longer. And there's some disappointment in that. And I get it, I get it. There's whenever a record is broken, when Peyton Manning surpassed Brett Favre as the all-time leading passer in 2015. I remember Brett. Well, actually, that's not a great example because Brett Favre at that point was already unlikable. So never mind. But
he's just gotten worse with age.
yeah. Oh God, Brett. Yeah. You know how they say some celebs like age like a fine wine, or some athletes? Yeah, Brett Favre ages like
cheese. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But
no,
I mean, like, it's just crazy. And for people that don't understand Kareem, how like it blows my mind that that this record has withheld for so long, because Kareem has only one 3-pointer in his entire career.
Hold up. What?
Only
Yeah.
one.
1 3-pointer.
Only one.
They were joking about it last night during the game. They
Yeah.
were like, he never hits that 3. LeBron would only be 33 points away.
I heard that.
Wait a second. Kareem's only 3-pointer.
And
Who did he hit it against?
In that game that he hit that 3-pointer, there was only 4 3-pointers scored in the entire game.
Yep, I heard that too. And
Who are they playing? Are that the Nuggets?
And of course, LeBron James is, he makes threes all the time. He's very good at it, and that's going to help. But the longevity of this,
Phoenix.
LeBron is not coming off the bench. He is not some 15th man or anything like that at 38 years old. This man is a freaking starter and still one of the best players in the entire league at 38 years old. Like, I don't think enough people appreciate that reality, because playing till 38, yeah, okay, you see players do it quite a bit, but this man is still at the top of his game.
Yeah, and call me crazy, but if the Lakers get their problem together in the locker room and can come together as a team, like last night was a shit game, but I watched that game start to finish, and the Lakers, they have a decent team. They can,
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
if they can get their bullshit together in the locker room, yeah, hell yeah.
LBJ and Oscar are only top 20 in scoring / assists, and LBJ top 5. Blows my damn mind. It's insane.
LeBron will probably be in the top 3 in assists by the end of the year.
Yeah.
Because Chris Paul is making his way to moving to number 2.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like you were saying, Cal, the Lakers, they do have a good team around there. I was watching, first Lakers game I've really watched all season. Rui Hachimura, like,
Yeah,
kinda fitting in
rated
well there.
bitching.
Pisses me off, dude.
Russell's gone though. Westbrook's after these new reports that have come out about like
Yeah.
go ahead, read them.
So if you have not heard, because it's literally just happened about 25 minutes ago. So literally right before we went on air, Adrian Wojnarowski said Lakers guard Russell Westbrook and coach Darvin Ham had a brief, heated verbal exchange in the halftime locker room on Tuesday. Ham expressed frustration with how Westbrook lingered on the playing floor after getting subbed out of the game late in second quarter. Voices were raised in the locker room, but discussion turned back to trying to win the game against the Thunder, sources said. Ham closed the game with Westbrook, who had a season-high 14 points in fourth quarter. Ham and Westbrook dapped up prior to leaving the arena later in the night. Look, I've seen Russ play in person, and I saw him play last night. This dude misses wide-open layups. I love Russell Westbrook, but this dude has to leave Los Angeles. He's got to go to a team. Need a fresh start because this Lakers stint has been not great for him. As much as I love Russell Westbrook, especially as a person, he needs a fresh start. And I think I genuinely think he's going to get that by tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern time.
I mean, they need that chemistry in the locker room. That's the main thing that's been holding them back. They just don't have that chemistry. This Lakers team is I've said it on the podcast before, and I'll say it again. This Lakers team's got too many egos on it. Yeah, they've got too many good players with big egos who think they're the greatest, and one player who is the greatest. They have to even it out. Somebody has got to go, and I think it's going to be Russell. He has to go to a team where he is the only big ego player, and he is the only player there who all the attention is going to be on because that's where he thrives.
Yeah, but speaking of egos, we got to keep it moving. Kyrie Irving to the Mavericks.
I don't want to talk about this motherfucker. Come on. I'll make it. Kyrie Irving is let him be known as Kyrie Irving, destroyer of franchises. If you add him to your team, guess what? You're either going to win a championship or it's going to be hell.
I mean, we can't really say he won a championship, though. He hasn't done anything like that except when he was with Bron.
That's true.
But
hey, the Celtics got rid of him, and then they won a. No, wait, they didn't win. Never mind. They made it to one. They made it to one. They almost did. Should have.
The Nets GM. And I'm sorry to the live viewers, but the Nets GM is a bitch because
Joe Tsai, is that the owner? That's the owner. I forget.
The owner, GM,
Sean Marks.
Whoever it was that said he did everything in his hands to make sure Kyrie did not end up a Laker. You're a bitch. Like, it just pisses me off because it's like even the NBA knows if Bron gets Kyrie back, it's hell for the NBA. But I honestly think that this move to the Mavericks is scary for the league because I don't think he's going to destroy this team, Isaac. I believe that Luka Doncic is the next closest thing to LeBron James. As much as people want to say,
that's a fair point. I'm not going to judge.
Yeah, as much as people don't look at it like that or even have that viewpoint, Luka Doncic is the next closest thing to LeBron James. He is a facilitator. He is a very smart person to the game. His IQ to the game is ridiculous. So you have to remember, Luka Doncic didn't go to college or anything like that. He was playing overseas.
Played in Europe.
He was playing at 14 years old. He's playing with grown men, 22, 20 plus years old because he's that good. So his IQ to the game is ridiculous. Almost the same, if not as the same as LeBron's IQ. So I believe him and Kyrie are going to work out very well. The rest of the team, they have to get them on board because, I mean, they traded Spencer Dinwiddie, which was a great asset to that team, as well as I forgot who the other dude was they traded. But, you know, losing Dinwiddie is going to hurt a little bit. But Luka and Kyrie together is going to be like, I think, the best duo we've seen since Kyrie and LeBron. Like, we'll get nights where Luka and Kyrie are both scoring 40 points together. I believe it.
Now,
Imagine.
correct me if I'm wrong. Is Kyrie making his debut tonight against the Clippers?
Clippers. Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to stay up until 10 again to watch.
He was
okay.
the first one at practice yesterday morning and this morning too. He's on a mission.
Kylie, you want to go live for the 76ers Celtics? Because I just realized they're playing tonight. It's like the two best teams in the league.
Absolutely not. I will be toxic. You do not want to deal with that.
What if I do?
My
What
boy,
if I
You
Tate,
don't.
What if I want to prepare myself for toxic Kylie for Super Bowl Sunday?
if I didn't have football,
I'm gonna be worse on Sunday.
if I didn't have football practice tonight, I would join that.
Shit, I'm trying to watch more basketball, man, because I've been lacking on this first half of the season. But I'm going to a game
have.
next month, so I need to.
Hey,
I need to catch back up.
speaking of real quick, let me throw some promotion out there. Anybody that has 10-year-old kids that lives in the Maryland area, bring them out to Montgomery Village. Defensive coordinator, wide receiver coach for the 10-year-olds. So, you know, they're in great hands. Yeah, bring them out, man. No. We go to Florida for our championship. It's a great time. We went to Florida last year as the 9U, you know, so come join this year's the 10-year-olds. Come join the winners, man. We'll be in Florida at the end of the year.
Shameless plug. I love it.
As long as we're doing shameless plugs, you like community college? As long as we're doing shameless plugs, are you interested in the? No, I won't. Sorry. I have a podcast I do for one of my jobs that is all about the inner workings of community college athletics that we just started, and our second episode is live. So I'm trying to push it as much. Every broadcast I do for my job, I have to do little ad reads for that. It's a lot of fun. Makes it feel professional, even though it's.
I heard it.
Level. Yeah.
I could bet on y'all's basketball games. I'd be tuned in every day.
Hey, they're fun. I'll tell you what, they're fun. I hate that I missed the. You know what happened? We had games on Friday, and I had to leave in the middle of one of them because I started to feel COVID symptoms. I didn't know it was COVID at the time. I just knew I was feeling really sick, so I had to get up and leave. Next day, I test positive. Have to contact my boss. Like, hey, so everybody who here's a list of everyone I was around in close proximity with, especially my cameramen. Please let them know they need to get tested right away because I have COVID.
That sucks.
That's crazy.
It is bad. Hey, but you know what? It's chill though. You know, I'm
Beer
good.
battered COVID.
Beer battered COVID. Hell yeah. Hey, it was only a mild case though. That's
Yeah,
good.
thankfully.
Although I will say this, I had to sleep. I sleep sitting upright because I couldn't breathe on my back. So that was fun. Plug that shit every day. All right. Mike's giving me the green light. So, are you interested?
You've had the green light.
Okay. Are you interested in the inner workings of CCBC Catonsville athletics or community college athletics in general? I've got the podcast for you. Inside the Nest. It's an in-depth look at everything around CCBC Catonsville, the Cardinals. You get interviews with players, coaches, maybe some athletic staff. We go over games. You know, we preview what's coming next. And hey, it's hosted by me, the guy who's the voice of the Cardinals. So you get that little bonus feature too. Full episodes are available on YouTube on the CCBC Catonsville Cardinals YouTube channel. You can also check out links to individual episodes on our official website. I encourage you guys to go check it out. That's Inside the Nest. It's a really good show. I apologize for some of the audio issues in episode 2. We had some issues converting an interview I did with one of our coaches to a actual format, but it's okay. We're going to work through those issues for the next episode. We do one episode a month. We're looking at getting more episodes out in the coming months. So I implore you guys, go check it out. It's a new project, but we're trying to bump it up and show that, you know, community college, it's just their athletics are just as exciting as D1. And I'm here to plug it.
I'm going to tune.
There you go.
Yeah, it's not a live podcast. It's all pre-recorded, but it's a lot of fun.
Ours are live.
Well, it's a different format. Yeah. You guys want to talk?
But the trade deadline, real quick though.
Oh yeah.
It's tomorrow at 3.
Before we get into the trade deadline, is Mike in Philadelphia?
No, he's in New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's fine too. Look, hey, Mike, you might as well come out and watch the kids. We'll be in New Jersey for the playoffs, so once we're out in New Jersey for the playoffs, come out see some 10-year-olds run around and play some football, man.
And Mike, those New Jersey community colleges that we play are tough. Why is that?
Make sure you both fill up your gas before you get to New Jersey because you can't fill up your own gas.
Oh
New
yeah, well, you can if you go to a Wawa in just outside of Philadelphia, New Jersey, and take the lock off of it.
Yeah,
I did that I did that on a road trip to New York once. Just I didn't want anyone touching my car, so I went to the furthest stand away from the rest, and there was a lock on it, but it was unlocked, so I just took the lock off and pumped my own gas.
Dude, I
Wow,
literally
good.
tweeted out a joke about New Jersey, and it got so many people. A couple people were butthurt, and I was just like, dude. First of all, it's a joke. Second of all, New Jersey is terrible. The only good thing they have is the Devils. Mike, you can fight me on that one.
Atlantic City is pretty great too.
Atlantic City is a shithole, dude.
Atlantic City, I have fond memories of Atlantic City.
Okay, we all have fond
We
memories
took
of-
my bro there for his bachelor party. Okay, Atlantic City, fun times.
I saw a dude get skimped on drugs when last time I was there, which
That's
is literally
awesome.
right before it was hysterical.
Classic,
Um,
classic Atlantic City.
Classic Atlantic
Come
City.
for the come for the casinos. Stay for the drug addicts.
Stay for the drug skimp. See, Mike just said exactly what I said.
Hey, but it's our shithole.
Look, I actually do love New Jersey beaches. Ocean City, New Jersey has really good food. Wildwood is good. Cape May is good.
The Hooters in Atlantic City is pretty good.
I went to Seaside Heights. I'm brushing right past that. Seaside Heights is great. But yeah, New Jersey. I made a tweet and some people got mad. I'm sorry, you guys can't drive, make right turns, or make left turns, or fill up your own gas. That's not my fault.
Yeah, to be fair, the New Jersey Turnpike is hell, but
It is hell, and you can't tint your windows in New Jersey.
That doesn't stop the natives. That doesn't stop
Of course
them.
not. No, of course not. But regardless, the trade deadline is tomorrow at 3.
This
And
conversation
some
got off
popular,
topic.
it got way off topic. But the trade deadline's tomorrow at 3. Some popular names going around. Sixers, Matisse Thybulle, he's getting tossed around in trade ideas. Russell Westbrook's a possibility. Andre Drummond is being listened to. There's some big Pascal Siakam potentially. Nobody knows about Kevin Durant yet. People, so far it's a no. That could always change. Who else? Who else? There's why am I blanking?
If KD goes to the Celtics, they're winning a championship.
Well, duh. So don't go to the Celtics. There's a couple more.
KD might as well just come to the Lakers, man. Fuck it.
Bruh, stop.
You want to win a ring? Come join Booby Miles and them.
BFFR, be fucking for real.
Yeah, seriously.
We'll trade AD for KD.
Watch KD end up at some random team that nobody expected. Like watch him end up in Portland and suddenly help get Dame get a ring.
Portland is
Actually
drafted.
he was
They drafted Greg Oden instead.
yeah. He was intrigued with with being on the Suns, but that deal didn't come through during the summer. So, you know how that went.
I like Portland, man. That's a great spot for him.
I just want Dame to get a ring.
Dame. I do want Dame to get a ring. Come to Philly, Dame. I'll take you.
He's too loyal, but
Dame,
that's good.
go to
They're loyal. We need a little loyalty in sports sometimes.
We do. That's quite enough NBA talk. We have a big game in the NFL coming up this weekend.
Yeah. All right, let's do this.
The Isaac versus Kylie Bowl, the Kelsey Bowl, the Super Bowl.
The Andy Reid revenge game.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
It's gonna be an exciting game. I already know who you're picking, Isaac. Because
mean-
you're mean.
Look, we talked a little bit about it last week, but we kind of wanted to save it more for here.
Yeah,
I'll
especially
say
with
this.
Calvin on this week.
Yeah, but I'll say this: this might be one of the most evenly matched Super Bowls ever. They
Yeah.
have both teams scored the same number of points this year. Both teams have MVP finalists as their quarterbacks. Both teams have
6 All Pros.
6 All Pros. Both teams had identical records.
2 of those All Pros being Kelsey's.
Yeah. The only real difference is like their playoff performances. One of those teams had to fight and claw their way against 2 very tough opponents. The other was the Eagles. It's a hard game to predict. I'm rocking with the Chiefs for family reasons. Full disclosure, the reason I had to jump off the stream real quick is that I got a family member from Kansas City who's currently in the hospital. So,
wow, I'm sorry.
Hey, it's looking good so far, so that's good. But
good.
You know, I got family out there who are getting up there in age, and I know they've seen the Chiefs and the Royals win World Series in the last few years, but man, it would be super special to get them a couple more. That's the way I see it. Does that make me a bit greedy? Maybe, but man, I gotta rock with the Chiefs here. You know, there's just something about Patrick Mahomes when he gets hurt, he just goes on another level. Patrick Mahomes, when he's injured, he just gets pissed off and he's like, okay, let's show. I mean, the last time it didn't really work out, but that's because the Bucs defense was frighteningly good. Uh-oh. Where did Kylie go?
Uh-oh.
Kylie? No.
It wouldn't be an episode without a technical difficulty.
There it is.
Bro, what the hell was that?
My
laptop just like shut down.
It's our weekly technical difficulty on the Beer Battered Sports podcast. That was weird.
Dude, my laptop was dying before we. I don't know what the hell happened. That's kind of annoying.
Nah, so.
I thought. What the hell? Anyway.
Well, with this game here, I think it's a very tough, evenly matched game. Of course, I don't want the Eagles to win because they're in my division, but I mean they have a great team. I'm a real realist when it comes to sports, so I won't knock their team at all. And they have a great, phenomenal team. That's the reason they're in the Super Bowl. But the guy on the other side of the ball, Patrick Mahomes, that guy's an assassin, and he's John Wick. Everybody wants to say Aaron Rodgers is John Wick, but this guy right here is the real John Wick. Like, this guy is a real assassin. So with all that, you look at both defenses. Obviously, the Eagles have the better defense. Chiefs' defense is absolutely garbage sometimes. But the Chiefs' defense know how to turn it on when it matters for whatever reason. I mean, Jalen Hurts, he can earn his stripes with me in this Super Bowl here, depending on how he performs. But I believe Steve Spagnuolo and the Chiefs defense do enough to rattle Jalen Hurts, send enough at him to make him get the ball out quick and, force incompletions and not let him get big plays. And Pat Mahomes having the more experience here, and not only just the more experience, but I mean, let's be realistic. Pat Mahomes is elite. Jalen Hurts is good. Like, he's not elite yet. He's good.
No, I want more consistency from him. I want another year of this, and I'll be like, all right, yeah.
Yeah. So he can earn his stripes with a lot of people, but between elite and good, I'm picking elite every time. and I think the elite offense of Guy and Patrick Mahomes comes out with his second Super Bowl. It's going to be very tricky, very hard. It's either going to be a very low scoring game, 24-20 ish, or it's going to be a fucking shootout, 37,
Yeah.
34, 30, 40-37, something like that.
hmm
But either way, I think the Chiefs are gonna sneak out with this one. Just everybody's on the Eagles. Everybody wants, like, I've asked a lot of people who they think is gonna win the Super Bowl, like, and almost everyone said the Eagles, and it's just I don't know,
Dude, I cannot lose a third championship in the same year.
Lose a
It would be
third.
our third championship. Yep.
They lost the
We
soccer.
lost. We lost the MLS Cup. We lost the World Series, and if we lose the Super Bowl, that's number 3.
I mean, but then also history does repeat itself as well. And this 5 years ago, the Astros and the Warriors and the Eagles all won a championship. And this year, the Astros and the Warriors won a championship, and now it's all up to the Eagles. I think.
Wait, holy shit! Wait, what? Hang on.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's too much like
28.
things pointing the Eagles' direction. I don't like it.
But then again, I mean, and this is the other thing too. If anyone's noticed, State Farm hasn't shown Patrick Mahomes in a commercial all week. Like,
That's true.
Patrick told them, "Don't you dare."
and but everyone else doesn't know that Patrick Mahomes and State Farm both get a huge promotion if Pat Mahomes wins the Super Bowl, because he's the face of State Farm. They're in State Farm Stadium. They've been showing commercials about State Farm Stadium and all that all this week. But the guy I've been seeing on the commercials is the goddamn TikTok guy who does this. He does.
Cobby. I love
Yeah, that guy.
Cobby.
Which
He's been
guy?
on State Farm. I swear, I saw him in a State Farm commercial yesterday, Isaac. I'm like, what is going on? And I've been seeing every other guy in the State Farm commercial this week but Pat Mahomes. And I think it's set up that way for whatever rigged reason. After the Chiefs win the Super Bowl, Pat Mahomes and State Farm have something big planned for a great, like, Super Bowl commercial. So, I don't know, man. This shit's crazy. Just like I told y'all that LeBron stat last night. He was born 38 years after Kareem broke the record. He was 38 years old breaking the record. He scored 38,388 points on the 38th day of the year, dropped 38 points. Like, all this shit is like simulation for real. I don't even think we're living for real. It's like shit's like a big ass Netflix movie.
Are we in
Man.
a simulation?
You never know, man.
I don't
That's the
know.
title of this episode. That's the title of this episode. Are we in a simulation?
Hey,
You're
the
a
way-
better simulation.
The way some of these like super macho alpha dudes on social media are saying, we escape the Matrix. Maybe. I don't know. By the way, one of those dudes posted on Twitter how scared he is for Western civilization, because you know why? Because this dude saw, and I saw at JCPenney a mannequin with a fake belly on it, so it could show bigger guys how a nice shirt would look. I think that's pretty cool. As a big guy myself,
Yeah.
it's nice to be shown that something could fit. But oh no,
Yeah.
this somehow scares this poor fragile dude who thinks it's gonna be the destruction of Western civilization. He pays for Twitter. That's all you need to know about his personality.
How much you want to bet he was mad about the M&Ms?
So it's come to this. We're gonna talk about the M&Ms again, huh?
No,
We need-
please. We get it.
Okay,
M&Ms
okay.
are not sexy.
Don't worry. We need a segment on this where it's just Isaac rants about people doing dumb stuff on the internet. Here, I'll rant about somebody doing something good on the internet. Those TikToks of guys playing Skate 3 with Jesus to Even Flow by Pearl Jam, if you've seen those, are the
That's
greatest things I've
amazing.
ever seen. It's so 90s. It's I love it.
I love Skate 3.
It's like, look at that, guys. Jesus of Nazareth shredding board while listening to Pearl Jam. I knew it. I knew he'd be into that.
So now that we're on the topic of NFL, still hopefully, that Pro Bowl stuff that last week was Interesting.
Fill
I
me
mean-
in. I didn't watch any of it.
I didn't turn. Yeah, I don't even know what happened at the Pro Bowl.
I kind of like the flag football thing a little bit. A little bit.
Kylie,
Just
Flag
a little bit.
flag
Just a
football
little
is
bit.
not real football. They're not in
I
killing each
think
other.
they should just get rid of all of this shit as a whole.
Yeah, I agree.
Like
I agree.
It's not even worth it anymore.
it's not like
It's atrocious.
it's
But I did kind of like it a little bit.
it's terrible. Like I don't. There's no way they're getting views and ratings off of that. There's like
No.
I just can't see it. Like it's just absolutely terrible. Like I love football and I didn't turn that bullshit on once this weekend.
I want to
No,
know who
I
the
didn't.
people who go to it are. Like, who's actually going to it? I'm genuinely curious.
I know. If like, it's just so stupid now. Like, I understand you not wanting to play, regular football, put on pads and everything like that, because it's the end of the season. You don't want to like do something stupid on accident or whatever. But like, it's just give them the accolade and create a jersey every year. For the fans to buy and the player to have. But other than that, I mean, nobody cares.
I think they should cancel it as a whole or put it back after the Super Bowl again. Or put it
Yeah, to let the Super Bowl players play.
put it in the middle of the season like all the rest of the sports.
Yeah, that too.
Then it would actually like kind of mean something to
Yeah.
the people a little bit, because it's like, and I think you still give them a break afterwards. Like maybe that's like they should do it like that, and maybe everyone's bye week is after that. Like this is the rest week afterwards. You feel me? Like that'd be.
Maybe they do something like baseball did for years and have the Pro Bowl like determine something that happened. Because you know how in baseball they had it that whoever won the All-Star game determined who got home field advantage for the World Series.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What if they did something like that, but it like determines like who gets the ball first rather than a coin toss in the Super Bowl? I know it's stupid, but I'm just thinking of ways,
That's not a bad thought.
Or it could determine who gets home field, semi home field advantage.
Or
You know what? Ready? I'm gonna go off the deep end with this one. This is gonna be stupid, and I don't agree with this, but fuck it. Maybe might as well. Whoever wins the Pro Bowl, that conference's team that represents them in the Super Bowl, they get priority on tickets for their fans. So de facto home field advantage. So in that case, with the Eagles, they're the designated home team this year. Eagles fans would get priority on tickets.
Interesting.
But that would never happen.
Friend,
That would never happen because people would riot, rightfully so.
my dad's friend dropped $20,000 on tickets to the Super Bowl. 20,000.
They should make it fun. And 20,000 is crazy for a ticket.
Yeah.
Oh, to have disposable income. To have disposable
The
income.
number really hit my brain like, holy
Yeah, it was like 2 tickets, hotel, airfare. It was like 10 grand a piece.
Jesus, at this point, normal people aren't going to the Super Bowls anymore. It's just companies sending their employees or giving out benefits or big corporate CEOs.
Yeah.
Okay, normal people can't afford to go to the Super Bowl anymore. This is the same thing with all sports. Have you guys seen the tickets for like the 3 F1
The World
races?
Series.
The World Series.
The World Series, bro.
The 3 F1 races being held in America, the lowest cost tickets you could get are like $4,000.
Whoa.
Normal people can't go to these events. What's the appeal?
Well, that's just
Yeah.
like, I mean, obviously last night was a, big thing, a big accomplishment and shit like that. But the front row seats were $90,000.
Jesus,
90,000.
that's just-
And here's the thing. Here's the thing with that. I looked at tickets on TickPick the day yesterday or the day before, both. But today or tomorrow, the Lakers play the Bucks,
Yeah.
and tickets to that were the cheapest one was $800 and something.
Fuck that.
Tickets, I know. Hold on. Tickets to last night's game were $350. And he was 36 away, and I was like, if I was around there, I would drop the 350 easy because I think he's gonna do it against the Thunder.
Yeah.
Now I looked on TickPick this morning, and I'll look again right now. for tickets to the Bucks Lakers game, which is tomorrow. They are now $106. 106. It went from 800 to 106.
The ticket industry needs to be burned to the ground. All right, rant time. Here we go. So, my dad and I are going to the Raptors Wizards game coming up in March. Our tickets were $289 for two teams that aren't necessarily amazing, but
where
aren't
the
terrible.
hell are you sitting?
We're sitting in average seats. According to my dad, it's like, not in the nosebleeds, but not super close, kind of in the middle.
They're like the two of the worst teams.
I know. You guys remember when that Taylor Swift concert tickets went out?
On Ticketmaster,
On Ticketmaster. Dude, the ticket industry needs to be burned to the ground.
It's
I'll
ridiculous.
say this, dude, if you make tickets cheap, you will get sellouts if the product is good. You know why baseball teams still are in business like the Orioles? Because they give out tickets for like $15 for nosebleeds.
I spent $77 on 2 tickets to sit 3 rows behind home plate. I was on TV for $77 for a ticket.
That's a steal. Dude, if you make tickets affordable like that, people are going to come. Like, dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
And yeah, I know you have to balance. I know the stadiums and arenas have to balance it out by making concessions expensive as hell. Like I spent like $80 for food when I went to an Orioles Red Sox game.
But you don't have to get concessions.
Yeah, you don't have to. At the end, look, dude. Like at the end of the day, if you make tickets cheap, people are going to come. Okay,
absolutely.
And you don't have to make them. I'm not. And look, special events like Kobe's last game or LeBron trying to break the record. I get hiking up ticket prices, or like for championship events or playoffs. But for regular season games, if you're charging like $200 for tickets that in any other normal world would be cheap, why do you think that so many British soccer leagues are able to keep working? It's the minorest of minor leagues of British soccer are able to keep going around because their tickets are cheap. All right, you could go to like Premier League games for cheap. I'm betting. I'll have to double check that to be sure. Kylie,
you're going March 2nd, right, or March 4th?
March. It's the Saturday one.
4th.
Which one's the 4th? The 5 p.m. matinee. What's the cheapest ticket at? I'm curious.
$22.
22. Oh, okay. So maybe these tickets are a bit. Okay, never mind. My point still stands. That should be the norm. Tickets at normal should be like that, because at that point, if you making tickets that hard to get, you're punishing people of like a lower economic class who just want to go enjoy their team.
I bet you're sitting at the 200s, and that's where the expensive tickets are.
Okay, probably. Okay, I stand by my point, but that's a good point. Okay, Kylie, thank you for pointing that out. At the end of the day, hiking up ticket prices is just punishing like people who can't afford those tickets. And I know what you're saying. Well, they shouldn't. And if someone's gonna say it, they should. They should work harder so they can afford the tickets. Okay. Well, the system's broken in the first place, so might as well just, concede and make ticket prices lower. You'll get more people coming out. You make ticket prices low. Tickets for the first Super Bowl were like $5, and I know it's in the 60s, completely different time period. But you get my point. Just make tickets more affordable. If I want to go to
great again.
If I want, okay, fine. I don't like using that exact phrase, but fine. If you make tickets just a tad bit cheaper. If you make tickets just a tad bit cheaper,
you can bring a clear bag with food to Oast. Yeah, I mean,
you can do that too. Yeah,
it's why I appreciate because honestly, you should know when your team is just utter garbage, and you gotta be realistic. The most I spent on a ticket for an Orioles game this past season was $50. And that was the first section, the first row of this one section that was in right field, close to right field, on the first base side. And that was to see Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani, who, by the way, both hit home runs, and I saw a walk-off, and there were fireworks at the end.
Yeah, that's pretty lit.
I'm telling you right now, that is the third best game I was at this season. So the tickets have to be affordable because I mean, when I went to the NLDS against the Braves, tickets were $60. Everybody there was a true Phillies fan, and they were all loud as hell. They were all, and you could tell by watching the games that they weren't as loud after each series. The World Series, those were expensive tickets. And while obviously you had Phillies fans everywhere, obviously it was loud and everything. But I guarantee if you made those tickets cheaper, it would have been very different. Yeah, I did call those home runs. I did say it. In my defense, I also said I wanted to see a walk off, so I called it all. In my defense. But yeah, are you satisfied with your rant, Isaac? Again?
Yeah, not my greatest rant, but you know what? I'm satisfied with it.
So can we move on to the NHL now?
Not much to talk about, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
the
mean the
All-Star game.
Devils. We did have the All-Star game. I heard it was meh. I didn't watch it. I don't care about All-Star games.
Well, the
It
NBA
was- it-
All-Star game I'll watch.
Yeah, because that one's actually kind of fun. Because they don't play defense and they can just take shots from half court,
Yeah.
which I like to watch.
Yeah.
You good?
Not,
Yeah.
not sports related, but did you guys see that one cop who got in trouble for, the one cop who got in Tennessee who got in trouble for like sleeping with almost all the officers in
Oh
her
yeah.
unit? Yeah, apparently now she got her chief fired by claiming he knew she was doing half the department.
That's crazy.
I don't know why. Barstool Sports is talking about that, and if they can call themselves Barstool Sports and talk about something that's very clearly not about sports, then I think we as Beard Battered Sports can do that too.
I agree.
So on next week's episode of Beer Battered Sports, we're running out of helium on planet Earth. Here's how we can solve that.
Yeah, seriously.
Nah,
Nah,
saw
but
the
the one
Devil.
thing-
Yeah, go ahead. What did the Devils do?
They scored 3 goals in under a minute and still had to go to overtime because they blew the lead.
Classic Devils.
Literally classic Devils. And I saw a comment that was like, if this was Mackenzie Blackwood, he would be getting slandered right now. And I was like, yeah, because Vitek Vanacek has been like on fire this season, and Mackenzie Blackwood's been on thin ice with the fan base for a year or two.
People watching on YouTube are going to wonder what I'm fidgeting with. It's a Dr. Scholl's.
What?
I don't know why.
Your ADHD is amazing.
My ADHD requires me to be fidgeting with something, and well, this
Clearly.
don't worry, it's not been used yet. But this Dr. Scholl's was just hanging out. I have to get it fitted for my shoes because it's a little big. But I was just like, you know what? It's got a weird texture. Let me fidget with it. That's what happens when you have ADHD. If I'm not doing something with my hands, I'm gonna go crazy. Okay?
You don't have to explain it to me. I have ADHD. All I do is fidget.
Yeah, well, we should just go. Yeah, the Fidgeters podcast.
Beer battered fidgeters.
Beer Battered Fidgeters. Hey, yo, quick shout out. Pitchers and catchers are reporting next week.
Yes.
Yes, I can't wait. I want baseball to be back so bad. I want to watch Judge lead the Yankees to a World Series. You know, I want to watch the Phillies because I think that I've decided to make them my National League team. It's not that I'm being threatened to by one of my
No,
co-hosts.
you're not.
Yeah, totally not at all. Kylie, can you please tell them to
Boo.
get the gun off of me? Kylie, these frightening Armenian gentlemen that you hired, could you please tell them that can you please tell them in Armenian that I will be a Phillies fan and they can please
I don't know Armenian.
Why did you hire Armenian hitmen?
I know French, Spanish, sign language, and English. I don't know Armenian.
Okay, well, one of those languages they better know.
Whatever, dude.
Ugh.
Welcome to the Philadelphia fan base.
Hey, I'm not a fan. I enjoy watching them. Make
We
it
all
very
enjoy watching.
clear. I enjoy.
Yeah, they're fun to watch. I'm excited to see Trey Turner. I'm excited to see our prospects. I miss baseball, man. I went to so many games this past season, both with the Phillies and with the Orioles, and it was just fun, man. Like, I don't know what about it made it so much fun this year, but there were just so many things to watch this year, and it was just a lot of fun to see.
Baseball was fun this year.
It was.
I was actually just saying to one of my friends yesterday, I can't wait till baseball comes back. I was talking about that for betting purposes, though, but I mean, I can't wait for the game to come back in general anyway.
You want to go to a Phillies Mets game this year?
Yeah, why not?
Let's do it.
I'll go to a Philly. I'll go to a. If the Phillies come in town to play the Orioles, I'll go.
They play the Nationals all the time in DC.
Okay, we could do that too.
The only reason they don't, I said that it's because they play the Orioles, but it's in Philadelphia. So that's up to you to decide.
When do they play? Where? Who are? When they play the Yankees, where are they playing them?
In the Bronx. That's the second series of the season.
I cannot afford to go to the Bronx. Sorry.
Yeah, we talked about that already.
Yeah, sorry. I'm low. Look, I just finished filing my taxes for the year, and I'm like, hey, it's just an embarrassing reminder of like, oh yeah, lowest tax bracket. We're gonna have to fix that in the next couple of years. Ah,
I already got my tax return.
yeah, I'm about to get mine.
Shout out Cash App. Nah, but it's gonna be fun, and we all have to go to games together.
Yes, we need to. That was the one thing missing from last year. We did not.
I'd love to see I strongly dislike both teams, but I would totally go see a Mets Nats game.
I mean, Nationals Park is fun. It's just
I
Well,
love
when I was
Nats Park.
when I was a kid, it was the neighborhood was considered kind of rough, but now that it's been built up, it's better. I do remember as a kid,
It's
my
better,
parents
but
would
it's
always
still
take us
bad.
to. My parents would always take me and my brother to day games at Nats Park because they're like night games at Nats Park in that neighborhood. No,
Not happening.
because you got to remember this was DC in the 2000s and early 2010s.
Yeah, not a good area. It's still not a good area, but it's improved.
They're working on it. It's gone to the point where
Yeah.
I drive past sometimes and I'm like, huh, I don't remember DC being this gentrified looking. I don't know how to feel about it because part of me is like, oh, they really built it up. It looks nice. And the other part of me is like, how many people got displaced because of that? That's
Yeah.
the problem with gentrification. It's like, oh, it looks so nice.
So
Who lost their homes? Just tell me how many people so I know how to feel about it.
So I think I already know your answer, Isaac. Calvin, what stadiums have you been to for baseball?
I've been to the Mets.
Yo.
I've been to Nats. I've been to Orioles.
Both Nats or just the new one?
Both Nats. And I've been to the Red Sox. That's it.
Really? You went to the Red Sox?
Yeah, because my uncle lives in Boston, so.
Oh, true. That's dope. Is he a Red Sox fan?
Nah, he's not. Not.
Oh, true.
Yeah, because he's originally from here, but he just lives in Boston now. The only Boston team he took when he moved to Boston was the Celtics.
Okay, that makes sense.
And he liked them before Ray Allen
Before the big three?
before the big three, yeah.
True. Nice. What about you, Isaac?
So I've been to Nats Park, obviously. Camden Yards, beautiful, probably the best ballpark in America. If it weren't for this one place in the Bronx called Yankee Stadium, which is awesome.
Have you been to Yankee Stadium?
Yeah, I went once. Those are the only three major league parks. I've gone to a bunch of minor league parks, and
Me too. Frederick Keys.
I've been to Frederick Keys. And I've been to a handful of college parks.
Of course.
At Towson, the baseball stadium was right next to the walkway that takes you from the dorms to the learning like the main campus buildings. I don't know why I couldn't think of that for a second. So during the spring, you'd walk down this bridge and you could stop and watch the games. And one time, me and my friends almost got hit by a foul ball. That was fun.
That's dope. I love that.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of other stadiums I've been to outside of baseball. I know I've been at Capital One Arena, definitely.
Yeah,
For
of
both
course.
basketball and hockey.
Imagine playing baseball indoors there.
You couldn't. It's too small.
Yeah.
I've been to a bunch of racetracks, but those semi count. Yeah, that's basically it. Only the three major league fields. Kylie, what about
For,
you?
for baseball, I've been to Nats Park, Citizens Bank Park, Camden Yards, both Nats Parks, Camden Yards, Citizens Bank, Yankee Stadium, PNC Park, and I've been to Rogers Center in Toronto.
One day, when I get
Which-
enough money, I want to go to every single baseball stadium in one
Me too.
season.
Me too.
That's my plan too. I not only with baseball, but I want to do that with the NFL and the NBA as well.
Yeah.
Once I get money, I want to go to every single stadium and just experience.
Yeah.
Maybe
I'd
we
love
could,
to see a football game at US Bank Stadium in Minnesota. I've been to the stadium, but I didn't go inside it. I would love to see a game. There's beautiful.
Yeah, if we're counting stadiums you've driven past, like I mean, when I was in New
I've
York
been
for
to
New
a
Year's,
bunch.
when I was in New York for New Year's, we took the train right by Citi Field. Actually, our hotel was right near Citi Field. Like we would be in Chinatown, you could just look over and see Citi Field on the other side of the highway.
Gross.
Honestly, it's not a bad looking park. It emulates the old Ebbets Field that the Dodgers used to play at. The only issue is the team that plays there, but that's just personal. opinion.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You want to send us out?
A lot of hate going on over there.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. That's going to do it for today's episode of the Beer Battered Sports Podcast, a proud affiliate of the Fired Up Sports Network. Go check out all the other podcasts over there. They all do a great job. You can follow us on all of our socials at @bbsports_pod. Check out our Twitter bio for links to our merch and interact with us on social media. We really enjoy it when you guys do. That's going to do it for today's episode, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to episode 55. We will see you guys next week for hopefully a civil discussion.
Hopefully by this time next week.
Hopefully it'll be nice and chill. Me and Kylie won't have killed each other.
Yeah, we'll see.
Mike,
We'll see.
Mike, and everybody else, make sure you know LeBron's the GOAT.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but I second that. We'll see you guys.
I have to third it.
All right. See you guys.
All right. Bye, guys.
Peace.